What do you want back that he still has?
That's my car, everything in it, my parts, my two.
Wait a minute, what do you,
Yeah,
wait, slow down. You're just sounding angry.
He has my car. He has also.
All right, recalling Hall versus Top Speed and Top Speed versus Hall. Sorry about this, guys.
Can I say something wrong?
Not yet. I need everybody's name first.
Anthony Hall.
Amber Smith.
Bobby Kelly on behalf of Top Speed Performance.
John Wayne.
Do you think if he'd have swapped every component off the 2008 Dodge onto the 2005, that this would be working? Yeah.
If he would have swapped, if he would have called me and said, these.
I didn't ask you
Okay,
that.
I said, what's for you, so. Say it. He claimed the heads ain't no good now.
Wait a minute, just please listen. Here's what you say. I agreed to pay Top Speed Performance and Repair to swap every, underline every component of the 2008 Dodge Charger block motor onto the 2005 motor block. Owner agreed to swap all components to the 2005 motor, meaning the 2008 block should have been empty. Meaning heads, water pump, all accessory. Are you saying to me that you think that if he would have swapped every component off that 2008 onto the 2000, just listen, onto the 2005, that it would be working properly now?
Yes, I say, but he says.
Wait a minute. Why do you say that? You're not a certified mechanic. Who's telling me that?
I'm telling you that because.
All right, wait a second. How can you, hang on a second.
I'm about to explain to you right now. Can I say something, one thing real fast?
Yeah, but I want you to explain why you think that would be working properly.
Let me say this, right? Never been back to your shop to even look at this car, and I can come to court and basically tell you what's wrong with it. I gotta know something. He just told us that the head is bad on the car. I have the extra head at my house. If he would have caught me and said, hey, these heads are bad, I can't swap these on here, I would say, hey, one of them heads on that motor we built, we think is bad. I got the extra one here. Put this on there, then put that in there. So yes, it would have worked if he would have just did what I asked him instead of what he wanted to.
Your Honor, I didn't say the heads were bad. Like I said, the motor was fantastic. I still stand by that. It looks great. It's just, I think whoever he had put this engine together, put two of the same side cylinder heads or two of the same side cylinder head gaskets on the engine. We did no disassembly of the engine he provided. He provided us a literal complete engine. It was ready to run after dropping on basic components that are not detrimental to the engine running properly or what's wrong with it. Valve cover gaskets cover the valve train, or valve covers cover the valve train, which is, the rocker arms, the push rods, all that, which actually, rocks up and down when the cam moves. And keeps oil from leaking out of the engine. The oil pan does the same thing. It houses 7 quarts of oil, and all we did was put an oil pan gasket on it. That's what the little tag that he had with it stated that that's what we needed. I had conversations with him and said, I don't mind digging into this engine further, but all I want is the previous bill ironed out. I mean, I'm sure you can kind of see how difficult it is to have a simple, understanding conversation with him. In no matter of shape or form did I ever say here in this courtroom today that these cylinder heads are bad. I just said I simply think that he's got either 2 left or right side cylinder heads on this engine, or 2 of the same side head gaskets on this engine, meaning he's got a left side head on the left side head on the right, or a right side on the left and right side on the right. I've never once said these cylinder heads are bad.
But if you would have took the heads off like you were supposed to, you put the other ones off the other motor, and you would put all new seals, all new gaskets in here, you would have had to call Mr. Hall and say, hey, these heads ain't no good, or, you know what I'm saying? So what do you want me to do?
Slow down a second.
Then that's when we would have came with the other head that you.
Slow down a second.
Gasket.
Slow down a second, Mr. Hall. I want to just ask a question.
So
So,
never assembled none of it. He just put it in.
That wasn't our agreement.
stop. I want everybody to stop right. You're telling me he agreed to swap every component off that 2008 onto the 2005,
Correct.
and you deny that?
I do know, I do. Because the motor, he told me, he said, man, it's built, it's ready to go, it's got cam in it, it's got this, it's got that. And then I said, okay, we're gonna have to tune your engine's computer for that camshaft as well. And he says, well, no, the motor's already tuned, for that. I said, no, listen, these cars are electronically controlled. The engine's computer has to be, the parameters inside the computer have to be adjusted. So that told me at the beginning of that conversation, not to be rude to Mr. Hall, but his mechanical experience. Because every vehicle is an electronically controlled vehicle after 1996. After 1996, when they changed to OBD2, any
He
modification.
never told you that.
You never told me what?
He wanted you to swap all components off the 2008 and
No, what he told me is that he wanted me to swap whatever components are needed to make the 2005 engine work in the 2008. He told me he's had other people tell him, oh, no, you can't do it before. I said, no, you might have to swap a camera or crank sensor in there from the 08.
And you maintain that even if you'd have done that, this engine would be in no better shape.
Correct. Because the old engine, the cylinder heads were garbage on the old engine. They dropped valve seats. If you don't mind, Your Honor, I can pull out my phone and I can show you what drop valve seat looks like in a Hemi and what it does to the piston. It absolutely destroys the cylinder wall in the engine, the piston, the cylinder head itself is garbage. It just, they're junk. There's no, I mean, you can send them out to a machine shop and spend more than they're worth to have them reconditioned, but you can pick up a good used cylinder head for $150-200 most of the time. But like I said, this engine looks fantastic. I mean, the engine was painted bright orange. Somebody did a really good job there. The cylinder heads were painted bright silver. Well, I mean, really, really good looking motor. And it was all assembled properly. The push rods were in the correct place. When I took valve covers off, I did a valve tray inspection. Everything looked good.
And you still think you're entitled to $5,000?
Well, what I think I'm entitled to is what we agreed upon. So I did not build this engine. I did not do anything other than what Mr. Hall and I agreed to. We agreed to $5,000 of installing this engine. I agreed to do it for that price because he supplied his own engine, his own headers, his own intake manifold, everything. It is a lot of labor to remove that engine and transmission as an assembly because what has to happen is so his car is an old police cruiser and it's got the wrap around push bar on the front of it for the pit bar.
Mhm.
So in order to remove engine and transmission out of this vehicle, you have to remove the front, that push bar, the front bumper, the cooling pack, the radiator core support. And then what I do is I unbolt the motor mounts, I unbolt the exhaust, I take the entire exhaust from the engine to the back bumper down because this exhaust is straight pipe and it's all welded one piece from engine to tailpipes. So that's 9 feet of exhaust you gotta pull down. Drive shaft has to come out, and then transmission cross member, transmission lines have to come out, and then we pull the engine and transmission, which is about as long as, I would say that engine and transmission is about 7 or 8 feet long.
All right, what do you have to say, Mr. Ragdale?
Ragland.
Pardon?
Ragland.
Ragland, I'm sorry, Ragland.
As Mr. Kelly stated, we were supposed to install the customer's parts that we weren't supposed to rebuild his engine. He says he bought the engine from a reputable engine builder. He dropped the engine off to us, told us to replace the things on it that needed to make it work in his car. We weren't told to rebuild his engine. If he thinks that the guy he bought the engine from is a reputable engine builder, why would we rebuild it? We never said that we were going to rebuild it. And like Mr. Bobby stated also, his engine block itself was unusable. Once they drop a valve seat, those valves are metal. They get inside the motor, they scorch the cylinder walls, they scar them all up, they tear the pistons up, they tear the heads up. That means that we would have to literally rebuild his whole motor. And we weren't told, we never said that we were.
I got it. Ma'am, you wanted to read me something.
I just have the text message
Read it,
from when we first left the car. It was February 20th.
nice and loud.
2008 Dodge Charger transmission. No modifications to the motor fuel type. Service needed or requested. 2005 motor swap to 2008 body. Everything off the 08 motor onto the 05 motor flashed and tuned for it to run properly. JBL long tune headers compared to headers on 08. Which ones are best? That was the original text message when the car was on the way to
What about that?
his office.
Well, when that's not everything on an engine block. So, and I'm trying to break this down again for non-mechanics. No offense, Judge.
Thank you.
Why would you take a good used built engine? Or I'm gonna say new in his case, because he said it was new and built. Why would I take bad components out of a bad engine that he wants replaced and put them into an engine he's claiming is new and put it together? We're gonna be in the same boat as when we drop the car off. We can put bad parts into a good engine. So why would I do that?
Okay.
And if you, and I'm also, Your Honor, he said he's never seen, Mr. Ragland here, if you look on the back of that, invoice I gave you, Mr. Ragland's mechanic number, and it is on the back of that.
I didn't say it wasn't a mechanic with shop. I thought I'd never seen him in talk to him before. That's what I said.
Well, I've got multiple employees who regularly go along.
But anyway, like I was saying, and it took them half this lot. You took them part off from the get-go with that.
Why you
Slide that motor in because I'm paying you to do that.
Wait a minute, wait.
That's my money.
Wait,
Guys,
Hey, guys,
that was my money.
wait, Mr. Hall. When I tell you to stop, I expect you to stop. Don't address him. I got news for you. If you convince him, you're right. But you don't convince me, you're gonna lose. So address me, not him. You're getting angry,
Well, that's what I'm my money.
but you kind of got an anger problem. I gotta tell you.
I got it because I've been dealing with this for quite some time with him and his attitude and threatening me and all that. And I paid you to do a specific thing and you didn't do it. And he tried to shice me. And he act like I don't know. I got some type of, he tried to play like I don't got no car mechanic specialist. I wouldn't just come with this out of my head. I never been that.
Sir,
I know from
Sir, you're angry. Settle down.
Yes, sir.
What do you want back that he still has?
That's my car, everything in it, my parts, my two.
Wait, what do you,
Yeah,
wait, slow down. You're just sounding angry.
He has my car. He has also the motor that's supposed to go in the car. He got all my extra parts. He got a whole nother motor with all the extra heads on it.
What do you think he's entitled to, Mr. Kelly?
At this moment, with non-payment, like it says at the bottom of my sign-in sheet here, it says we do not release vehicles until the full owed amount paid is told. But it's more of what I think I'm entitled to here. We plain and simple, we perform the work, we use customer supplied parts. It's not our responsibility that what I look at is that, why should I be punished because he had a third party build this engine and he brought it to us to install and it's bad? We agreed on a price, we agreed on a service was provided, no payment's ever been given. I went back and forth. I told him multiple times over the phone, I feel like this is gonna be like pulling teeth, getting payment from you for this vehicle. I told him from the get-go, if you make this bill right, I will do my best to make sure this car runs properly. He's made no attempt to make this bill correct. I have no problem with any of my customers, as long as they are willing to pay what we agree upon, no issues. I mean, I've donated vehicles to cars, I've donated cars to people that I don't even know that were in car accidents on Facebook and I've just seen it. I'm that type of person. But it's just, when I do a service, and we agree on something, that's how it should be. I mean, I guess in 2026, that's kind of hard to come by.
How much did he pay for the counterclaim, Jennifer?
For the filing fee, there's no
Yeah.
filing fee for a counterclaim. He would have just paid
Yeah.
for service.
Thank you. That's what I was guessing. Anything else?
Feel like we wouldn't be in this situation if he would have called me and said, hey, these heads on this cop motor ain't no good. I can't do this. And then I would have explained to him that we left the heads on here intentionally to make sure he put them heads on them because we think these heads are better. But now since you say this motor's locked up and they're no good, here's this head that goes with this motor that's gonna make it run properly. That's all.
Your Honor, may I ask Mr. Hall a direct question?
Sure.
Mr. Hall, how many cylinder heads did you have with Brandon?
I got one.
Yeah, how many?
One left beside you said, just said on.
Well, no,
You said it might be that. Got that one right here.
Okay,
Back.
so this engine
You
requires,
just called me.
this engine requires 2 cylinder heads.
You said on the ones that.
No, actually, I didn't say any of them were bad.
I might, you said the gasket.
So,
So
no,
the two was off.
I didn't-
The
I didn't say
gasket,
that.
usually the gasket wouldn't be bad either.
Mr. Hall,
Now, Your Honor, may I ask you a question? Have I ever said in this conversation,
No.
with Mr. Hall, that any of these components were bad?
No.
So this is the kind of difficulty I had communicating with Mr. Hall over the phone.
Mr. Hall,
Said it might be possibly backwards or the gasket.
I don't believe that he agreed to swap out all the components. Let's start with that. And you haven't proven to me that even if he did that, that this would would be working any better than it is now. He's got all these things in writing. You didn't have anything in writing. He worked on this. I'm gonna cut it down to $4,000 on the counterclaim. No cause of action on your claim. I tend to agree with him.
So,
Sir, please let me finish.
right.
He seems very, very, very knowledgeable to me. You're not a mechanic. I don't know a lot about cars. I would call it one of my deficiencies, to be truthful with you.
Mhm.
But I've listened to him enough to believe that I'm making the right decision here. And that's what I'm doing. I'm ordering no cause of action on your claim, 4,000 on the counterclaim. I'm not gonna expect you to, none of this has to do with storage fees, right?
No, I just did the 7,000 as a count of his 7,000, but I will offer this as well. If Mr. Hall wants to have a civil conversation, I want to see everybody in the car having fun.
So you
I
guys,
don't have a problem
you guys can sit down and act,
I don't have a problem with that. Still do.
maybe you guys can sit down,
I don't.
Mr. Hall, please do me a favor, sir.
Right.
You need to work on your
They're
anger.
telling me if he fixed the car, I would pay him. I already knew it was the cylinder head because I
Listen.
did the extra one.
I'm not gonna,
Expected to
I'm,
put the
guys,
cylinder head.
guys,
That's what
Mr.
happened.
Hall, you're too angry. I'm telling you, I don't know if this is typical for you. I sure hope it isn't. You just seem very, very, very angry.
I feel like,
Sir,
can I say?
sir, no, you can't say another word. I hope you guys talk. I'm entering this judgment. And that's what I'm doing, and you guys can figure it out. No cause of action on plaintiff's complaint.
Do I get my?
Hang on. Counter plaintiff prevails on counterclaim for $4,000. Yeah, you can have your car back, but you're gonna have to pay him, you're gonna have to pay him the $4,000.
Got all the parts and everything to go with it, correct?
Absolutely. I have no interest in the parts. Absolutely.
Once paid, well, I'll even write that on here, once paid, plaintiff entitled to car and all components, all parts. Does that cover it?
Yeah, can we get specific with those parts as well? His engine block, with, his damaged engine block. I do have, it has one cylinder head that is still bolted to it, I believe.
I'm writing down damaged engine block. What
Yeah.
else?
Two cylinder heads,
Two cylinder heads.
his 2009 plus intake manifold with adapter brackets.
Hang on a second. 2009 what?
That should be all.
Hang on, please.
That's right.
Go ahead. Hang on. Guys, I'm getting impatient with you now. Stop. I don't want you interrupting me. 2009 what?
Intake manifold with adapter brackets.
Okay, go ahead.
As well as this old 2003 to 2008 intake manifold that has
Old.
valve seat in it.
Old 2003 to 2008 manifold,
Intake manifold. yes.
intake manifold that has what?
That has intake manifold. It's got valve seat pieces in it. Oh, it's junk. Everything use it.
Does that cover everything?
That does cover everything.
Good. That's what I'm gonna write. No cause of action on plaintiff's complaint. Counter plaintiff prevails on counterclaim for $4,000 once paid. Plaintiff entitled to car and all parts. Parents damage engine block, two cylinder heads, 2009 intake manifold with adapter bracket, old 2003 to 8 intake manifold.
Yes.
Is that right?
That's correct.
Good enough. Go down the hall, get the judgment. Thank you. Oh, I'm gonna hand you back your documents here, sir.
Oh,
I don't think we gave me any, Mr. Hall. Good luck to all of you. Okay.
In this courtroom, justice was not just about punishment. It was about truth, accountability, and giving someone one final chance to change. The judge spoke with honesty, fairness, and patience, proving that real courts don't only enforce the law, they also try to guide broken people back toward a better life.